Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. This is Jason, and you're watching Ray of Light Tarot. What day is it? Today is Friday, so happy Friday to those of you who are still going out, venturing out to the workplace during the week. I hope you're ready for a nice, relaxing, and revealing weekend. This is going to be the Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus Soulmate reading for May of 2020, and I think it's going to give you some good guidance, Pisces. So Pisces, what's up, Pisces? My little fishy, my little dreamy fishes out there. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm not one of those readers that gives you a song for every reading and stuff, but I will say, Pisces, when I connected to your energy, I kept hearing in my head that old Escape song, Who Can I Run To? And so I feel like some of you are definitely looking for someone to be your shelter in the rain, someone to kind of run to and snuggle up to right now. If you're a Pisces, you need that sort of, you're a very dreamy energy, but you also need that sort of comforting, safe place to go to. And I think for a lot of you, you're kind of, maybe that place was ripped away from you recently. Just remember, if your safe place was taken away from you, if it was a person, a thing, whatever, a job, if your safe place has been taken away from you, it's for a reason. Don't spend your time getting too discouraged or worried. Things are going to get better. Hey, Betty, nice to see you. Welcome. Things are going to get better, guys. I promise. I promise. Things will get better. They always do. And sometimes that happens just to sort of give you a chance to appreciate what you have, right? Sometimes we really have to learn to appreciate things, right? So we will lose them, hopefully not for good, sometimes for good. And you have to be okay with that prospect, right? But you're swimming close to the shore. For a lot of you Pisces, I feel like you may have an earth sign of significance coming back to you, or that you're moving back toward, which would be Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn energies. Feels very close. I'm seeing you in the water, like a koi in a pond right by the edge. And so the edge is representing that earth energy to me in my vision. And so for some of you, I see you not only energetically, but physically, very much physically moving closer to an earth sign. This is coming through very strong. Guys, I had a fever this morning. I'm getting kind of nervous. I had a fever of 100 point, what was it? 100.9, I think. It was pretty high. Maybe it was not 100.9. Was it 100.7? It was high enough that it was concerning. But what's weird is using two different thermometers. On one, it was like 97.9, which is almost a little low normal. And then it was, so I don't know what's going on. But I have been experiencing a very bad cough. And I've been very tired. I feel very tired right now, but I feel very connected as well. So I wanted to get on here and do this. So please send me good energy. Please. I can't stand oregano oil, Sherry. I appreciate that, but I would rather get sick than use oregano oil. Please send me good energy, guys. Please keep me in your thoughts right now, because it's not so much for myself. I mean, hopefully I would be okay if I got this COVID-19. You don't know though, right? I'm 42. I'm not in perfect health. I'm in pretty good health, I think, but not perfect health. But what worries me the most is the idea of bringing it home to my grandmother. She's 87, almost 88, and I don't know. I just don't know. So please keep me in your thoughts right now and send me some good vibes, some healthy energy, power to the people. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me? No, I'm just kidding. So Pisces, there is earth energy all around you. You're a water sign. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. There's earth energy all around you guys, right? And so I hope that if you are a Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, with an earth sign soulmate, you are one of them that's headed toward a reconciliation, because reconciliations are beautiful and they make all the pain you go through to get there worth it. But I also hope you guys aren't going to repeat a cycle. I hope that what's happening is that if you went in separate directions from a soulmate, that you got whatever lesson you needed to learn. Every time my twin soul and I have ever gone into separation, there's always blame on both sides for the reasons why, but I don't focus on that. I always focus on, what did I do wrong? What do I need to change about me and make myself better and allow to heal, so that if by some beautiful blessing from above, we come back into each other's orbit again, I will be better and be better at that connection than before. right? And we all need to do that. That's what we all need to do when it comes to that. Stop focusing on what the other person did. They know what they did or they don't, but it doesn't matter. The other person is the other person. Focus on what you can do for you to make you better. Okay, guys? Let's pull some Animal Spirit Oracle. Pisces. Pisces, please. Thank you. And the soulmate of Pisces. Okay. Whoa. Aw. Okay. So you've got the mouse spirit and your soulmate has the seahorse spirit. So there's watery energy for them too, but you've got sort of some earthy energy. What's interesting about these two energies, when I look at them both, is they're both sort of energies that can be timid or seem small, and they're both energies that bear each other's burdens in interesting ways. Do you know the male seahorse gives birth, guys? Did you guys know that about the male seahorse? The male seahorse gives birth. Seahorses are very special to me. My first love and I had a little, that was one of our things, was seahorses. And we had a very interesting long distance relationship where we had to spend months apart. And everywhere he would go, he would send me a seahorse. So it was a very special relationship to me. It wasn't meant to last, but it was special. And he was definitely my first real love. With these two energies, what I really feel like though, is there's a lot of healing between you guys to come. And not only that, you're going to experience things from each other's perspective. So you're the water sign Pisces, but you're going to be experiencing or presenting in the mouse energy. And I really feel for most of you, or some of you that are meant to watch this, your soulmate is a earth sign, and they're going to be experiencing more of your energy, this watery energy. Okay, so it's almost like a trading places scenario. And it's more about gaining a true appreciation for what the other person's point of reference is and experiences. And that's a beautiful thing when you care enough about somebody to, instead of sort of blocking them out for whatever behavior they do, instead of that, to caring enough to sort of try to understand where they're coming from. What could cause them to behave the way they have, and what role could I be playing in that behavior coming up to the surface for them? You know, bringing up some sort of discomfort or fear within them, right? So it's always good to do that. I mean, you don't want to take responsibility for another person's behavior. They're responsible for their own behavior, and that's something only they can fix. Never take responsibility or empathize to that point. However, to step in there and kind of understand it better, there's nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful. So, hello, welcome. Mel's Tarot. Cool guy. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, so we're going to start with the energy of your soulmate, Pisces, and then we'll do your side as well. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, angels and archangels. Thank you, archangels, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Thank you, spirit guides and ancestors. Thank you for being my protection, my guides, gathering around me, protecting my light, my energy, and my vibration. Thank you for doing the same for my loved ones, my family, my friends, and especially my twin soul. Thank you for all the healing guidance and clear and direct messages today for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and their soulmate, for those who are most in need of healing guidance at this time. 7. Thank you. Show me the soulmate of Pisces for the month of May 2020. What's going on with the soulmate of Pisces for the month of May 2020? Anyway, so what I was saying, I don't think I have a fever. I'm going to have to check it again. But I did apparently have a low-grade fever, which was in the contagious range, whatever's going on. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't care what you guys call me, really. You can call me whatever you want. I mean, if it was like my boyfriend or husband or someone like that calling me Ray, I would probably be like, babe, you don't call me that. But I don't care like what strangers call me. It doesn't matter. You can call me whatever you want to call me. Okay. Your soulmate is showing with earth energy, as I said, with the Knight of Pentacles. So this could be, again, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn energy. They've also got the moon here that's very strong Cancer. Maybe your energy as well, Pisces. They're in a completion cycle. They're completing a time where things are not good for them. They've had too many options, too many confusing energies coming in, and it's emotional confusion. So your soulmate's been in a time of like emotional confusion. And again, that might be part of why they're coming through in that sort of seahorse energy. They're trying to step into your shoes. Like I said, the male seahorse gives birth. You're the water sign, but they're going into the water. This is all about that emotion, the water and the confusion for them. So they're in a process of completing a cycle through learning and through experience and through experiencing what you're going through and what your perspective and perception is like. It's also helping them to heal because this is a little bit of isolation. It's not the same as the Hermit card, right? But it's a necessary divine separation here with the Temperance card. This angel is balancing your energies in separation, guys, so that the healing can take place. Pisces, the person we're looking at here for you, this person may have seemed immature to you, shut off. They may be a very strong air sign as well. They were looking like the King of Swords in reverse at the beginning of May or even now in April, even maybe when you separated. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, upside down is not good. A Gemini, I know more about Gemini than Libra and Aquarius from my own experiences and from being a Gemini ascendant. When we are in our heart space, it's a beautiful thing. Disconnected from that, we are not fun to communicate with. We can be really cold and distant. So what you need to know is this person, though, and this separation is divinely guided, and it's in order to allow healing, understanding to come in, and a big part of that ascension energy to take place. So what? They're moving back towards you as the Knight of Pentacles. That's earth energy, that's dependable energy, but guess what, guys? It's really slow-moving energy. So this cycle that they're closing, this cycle that they are wrapping up, it's all part of the divine plan. So you have to learn to sort of... Here's the thing, guys. You don't have to take part in a spiritual journey or a spiritual connection if you don't want to. Neither do I. I could go back to being a drug addict and maybe going back to work for my dad or just sort of doing something easy, taking a bunch of psychotropic medications and others to feel numb. We can all go back to doing what we did before that's comfortable and is part of our running game. But it's not going to serve you. You're just going to waste your whole life. And then you're probably going to come back the next time to have to start over all over again. Who wants to do that? No, it's time to understand and be patient and allow the things that are taking place to take place in their divine time and place, and to trust. There's a lot that's going to come up right now. Your soulmate has kept a lot secret, and there's a lot they're doing. There's a lot they desire to do that's involving you. That full moon is not just like, oh, that's their true north and it has nothing to do with you. No, of course it has to do with you. But it's not about you. Of course my twin soul has to do with me. But whatever he's going through is not about me. I have to focus on me and my life. Our connection isn't going to go away. Those connections don't go. It's not like that. Trust in their true north and trust in your own, because whatever they're focused on and moving toward, it absolutely involves you. It's just not about you. So don't make it about you, but trust that you're involved in it. They're moving. This healing, this Four of Swords, this healing energy is taking them to a place of calm, still waters. But it's true what they say, still waters, baby, they run deep. So don't be fooled by the still waters, right? It's just about becoming a more mature version of yourself. I'm much less reactive than I used to be. I'm still a little reactive. I'm always going to be an ornery southerner, right? That sometimes likes to throw bows. But I also have learned to manage those emotions. I'm much less reactive than I used to be. If I'm being very, very reactive, it's probably a sign that I've taken a hard left and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah, this is moving into calmer waters, and that the reason that they're doing that slowly but surely is to eventually move back to you so you guys can build something new. The Three of Pentacles is here as an outcome card for your soulmate. They're almost ready, not quite yet, right? Not quite yet, but they're almost ready to start building something new with you. And they're doing it on a solid foundation, guys. They're doing it on a solid foundation. What's the foundation? Love. It's love. It's love. It's a foundation of love. That's a beautiful thing. Like, we could joke about it all day long, but love really does conquer all. Not in the way that people who have hearts in their eyes may think. No, not in that way, but it really does conquer all. Do two people who love each other purely and unconditionally always end up together? Hell no. Most of the time they don't. But it's not because love doesn't conquer all. Love does, but you have to let it. You have to actually let it conquer all. You have to be someone who's willing to let go of your false notions of control and your false notions that you can solve the problem, and allow love, capital L, because it's the God thing. It's the source thing. It's the universe in charge. Love in the capital L will conquer all. Love is. There's no such thing as God's love. God doesn't have possession of the word love because God is love. God is love. The definition of God, from my perspective, is love with a capital L. And capital L love conquers all. And it's the foundation that your twin soul and you build whatever your connection has decided it wants to be together. But you have to both stop chasing, stop running, stop hurting each other. You have to stop hurting each other and be real about what the connection is. You have to be honest with one another. Okay? It's not that it's got to be something bigger or more than either one of you want it to be, but you can't run from it and you can't chase it. It just has to be. That's the sweet spot. And all the sweet spot requires of you is this horribly difficult thing for us as human beings to do: trust. Trust, trust, trust. But you got to do it. Even if you've been betrayed, even if your heart's been shattered, keep trusting. It will come around, okay? I love that the World card is here for your soulmate, Pisces, because it's telling me this thing is about divine conclusions. The World card is the final card in the major arcana. It's about wrapping up not just a cycle, but an actual purpose-driven event, like a course of events that are all part of a whole divine purpose. So you guys are wrapping up a cycle. Hopefully the cycle you're wrapping up is one of separation, of all this moon energy, all the secrets. Because what happens at the end of this feminine moon energy? You produce a masculine sun energy, where the two of you get to enjoy this adventurous, childlike connection together and go out into the world and start spreading that love and rippling effect. Change the lives of the people around you, because I'm telling you guys, that's what a true twin soul connection does. When my twin soul and I spent just a few days together, I was getting messages from people telling me, wow, you and this person, it's like you're suddenly alive when you're together. I see all this sadness in you or them most of the time, and then you're together and it's like you come to life. It's like somebody put batteries inside of you. And what does that mean? That means your connection is so beautiful and so strong. It's impacting the people around you. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? That's the moon being fertilized and coming into a beautiful creative energy. Those two golden children that are holding hands and skipping in the sun, that's what the sun is. It's that clarity that comes when all those things that are hidden have had time to gestate and then to blossom in the sun. It's a beautiful thing, but you have to trust in divine timing. And people will go, oh, I'm so tired. I did trust in divine timing. When is it going to be? Well, you're not trusting in divine timing. If you're complaining like that and you're irritated, it means you've just gone through the motions of trusting in divine timing. It's not the same thing. When you trust in divine timing, you're totally okay and at peace with the wait, because it doesn't feel like a wait. Why? Because you're too busy focusing on what is for you in this moment. And if you're not living in this moment full, whole, and totally fulfilled, or pushing toward that with all you have, then you're not doing what you came here to do. Because when you're doing what you came here to do, all that stuff about your soulmate or twin soul that really right now just came in to awaken you, to get you on your path, it hasn't done its job yet if you're not on your path. And your path is really not connected to them until they come back in. It's about getting on board with what you're supposed to be doing. And what you're supposed to be doing is not worrying about anybody else and what they're doing. Follow your bliss to where it takes you. And it usually begins with getting outside of your own head and outside of your own needs and looking to find how you can be of service to other people. One of the biggest words in the twin flame vocabulary for true twin souls is service. Service, service, service. If you don't like hearing that, then maybe that's not the journey for you, you know? It's a beautiful thing, Mel. Mel's Tarot. Let's see what Pisces is doing right now and what they need to know for the month of May. My dog is driving me crazy, y'all. So Pisces, you're coming out of this time where you felt very much in your own prison, maybe tied to the relationship in ways that I was just sort of addressing. Also feeling kind of out in the cold, it looks like. But that's coming to an end. I think you're aware of that. I think you can already feel that coming to an end. And look at that as you're learning. I'm going to hold these cards up. Show me the overall. As you're learning to focus on your true desires and true needs, right? As you're learning to do that, which is this card, the Nine of Pentacles, then look what comes in, the Two of Cups. You're actually manifesting your soul connection back into your life by by not focusing on your soul connection, but by focusing on yourself and your desires. It takes you from the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords all the way into this Nine of Pentacles. These two, this is when you're, this is, okay, this is the difference between twin souls and soulmates who are awakened. When they're focusing on the person that's not in their life instead of themselves, they feel like this. When they focus on themselves instead, they feel like this. It's in your power. It's your choice, Pisces. What do you want to feel during this separation? It's not going to change the outcome of the separation. You don't have to sit and be sad. That's not like, it's not like, well, if I sit and stay sad and in this prison, you know, then it shows that I love this person more. And then it shows, you know, then I'm not moving on. No, that's not true. That's not true. Neither one means it has anything to do with the outcome of the connection and all that stuff. This is about you. And actually, if we're talking about how it affects any connection, that one and every other connection in your life, what do you think brings to you what's for you more? Being like this or being like this? Which do you think is more likely to attract the things that are meant for you in your life? Get on your path, guys. You've been in this sort of separation, isolation energy long enough. It's had you disconnected from your truth, from the divine feminine energies, and from the divine feminine wisdom. The minute you get into this energy, look what's coming. Somebody's coming in with a cup to offer you. Yeah, they're young, they're a page, but it's not about their chronological age. This is about their maturity level spiritually. And of course, we already know whoever this person who is very earthy energy is, could be water though, could also be a Libra. Whoever it is, right? Of course, you're more spiritually awake than they are. You're looking like the divine feminine here, and she's going to be the one connected spiritually a little more than the masculine. But this person's going to be on the road to truth. They're cloaked in clarity when they come in. Look at all that blue. They're cloaked in clarity, bringing you a cup. So they may be spiritually youthful, but they know what they want when they come back in, and it's you, because this connection is the truth. It may not feel, see, we can think, oh, this is definitely a soulmate, but maybe they're not for me because it doesn't feel the way I usually feel when I'm attracted to someone. It doesn't feel like that. No, it doesn't, and it shouldn't, because possibly the way you usually feel when you're attracted to somebody is really fade up a. Like, maybe you don't always feel maybe the way you normally think you feel when you're drawn and attracted to somebody isn't the right thing. Maybe that's not how you're supposed to feel. But if somebody feels like home to you, and you have a deep filial love for them that's unconditional, that's a good part and a good sign that that's a soul connection, and that there's a mirroring there that can be very beautiful and also very prosperous and abundant if you allow it to be. Justice is coming in as you move out of this energy. These are from the bottom of the deck here, guys. So Pisces, you're coming out of this hanged man energy fully enlightened. And so is your soulmate or twin soul. They're coming out of that energy fully enlightened. Why? Because they've gone through this experience. And guess what? You haven't been bothering them or chasing them down. You're letting them learn for themselves. But you're also taking the lessons you've learned so that you don't repeat a cycle with them. The last thing you ever want to do with a soul connection is repeat a cycle. The cycle should always be new and fresh and bringing new lessons and new learning and new opportunities for your wisdom and power and magic to grow. Because it's not about them and it's not about you. More than anything, after you've learned to focus on what you're supposed to be doing, you realize it's about everyone else and how you're able to be of service. You're able to be of service to what? To the light, to the world, to the earth, and to Gaia, and this ascension. Because the ascension in and of itself is not about you. Only as much as you can understand what it's really about. It's about all of us. All of us. Got it, guys? So justice is coming in, but it is also the result of learning to be patient, learning to sit in an energy that is not always the most comfortable, right? Learning to allow wisdom to flow in, learning to allow truth to flow in, and what flows in with wisdom and truth, following all of that? Abundance, baby. Abundance. And abundance, we all want that. Nobody wants to be not abundant, right? You know, we can all talk a good game in the spiritual world because some people in the spiritual community talk about money being bad and don't charge for this, don't charge for that. That's a bunch of BS. Anyone who is capable of making money doing what they do will do that. People who don't believe in charging for things or making money, it's because they can't. It's because they can't. That's the truth, right? That's just the truth. Now, I agree as well as everyone else. We need to give back. We need to give back as much as we can, but we also need, as long as we live in a world where you have to pay for the food you eat, We need to have no problem charging for the energy work we put in by using our spiritual gifts. We need to get okay with that, guys. Don't have a poverty mindset. A poverty mindset doesn't serve you any more than anybody else. Ooh, I like this justice coming in, guys. And this is a beautiful feeling when you get back to this Two of Cups. The only thing that moved you guys away from the Two of Cups was the need to come to a new understanding, the need to grow, the need to learn how to follow your true bliss. And what happens so often in these connections is because you have so many things in common, a lot of times in these soul connections, when you're not both fully awakened and operational, you connect to both being, you might have like you might both have a victim complex. And so then you both go, oh, well, I've been victimized too. You too? Oh, we're both victims. We've both been abused. And that's a low vibration when you do that. Okay? You've got to heal. And one of you can either heal together if some of you choose to do that because you're aware of why this is happening, and some of you don't. Some of us go into separation and heal separately, and then we can come back together, no longer having a victim complex, but having a victor complex. And when you come together as victors, or even one of you has gained victory, you bring the other one into that energy, that victor energy, and then you both can do some really amazing things together for the collective, for the people you impact and for the people you influence. And the ripple effect is so beautiful. So don't focus too much on the sad, lonely, hurtful, painful part of a separation. Focus on what it's for and what it's doing. It's beautiful. Get on your path as quickly and as authentically as you can. The rest will follow. It always does. You can trust that. You really can't. You can trust that, guys. Okay? Just allow it. Let's see what the mystical shaman oracle card is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising Venus for May. I think it's going to be a good one. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you for liking the video. It helps it to circulate, so I appreciate you clicking out of the chat to hit that thumbs up button. And I appreciate your comments. If you have something of wisdom or something nice to share, if you don't, if you're complaining about your ex or something like that, you can just keep the comment. We don't need the negativity. And if you have something you really need to get off your chest about an ex that's negative, maybe tell them. That probably is something you may need to tell them, you know, or a therapist, not a therapist. What's the mystical shaman oracle card for? There it is. Ooh, okay. The serpent. The serpent. So this is that Capricorn. It's like the devil card. The serpent energy is interesting. This is an energy. Now, what's beautiful about the serpent card, yes, me too, Astral. This card represents difficulties, painful things, toxic things, coming in and delivering what? Miracles. It's something that feels bad, but it leads to a miracle. This is the 46 card, which is a 10, which is a 1. This is a new beginning, a forced new beginning. You've got to release everything. You've got to give away all of your fears, because a lot of this comes from a fear that is in our head. We've made something big and crazy. There's this monster you see, a shadow of a monster on a wall. But if you turn the light on and go, look, you know what it actually was? It was just your teddy bear. That's what the serpent represents to me. It's big fear illusions that can lead to miracles if you can see them for what they are. Okay? Oh, thank you, Mel. Yeah, I feel the same way. And this is not my only, this is just one of my purposes, but this is a big one. As long as it's helping people, I'll continue to do it. But yeah, guys, the serpent is not always the big bad serpent that we interpret it to be. Sometimes you need to take a deeper look, and it could be just the thing that you need to have more understanding for. Claim it and release it to lead you to that miracle you've been waiting for. Okay? It's time to devour your own fears and spit them out. You're on the path to good things. And so is your soulmate, Pisces. The month of May looks to be very prosperous, but you have to embrace that energy, right? You have to, it can't happen if you're not embracing it. You know, listen to guys, take time to listen to yourself. When you're all day today, if I could give you one thing that could be helpful for you, all day today, decide, okay, I'm going to listen to myself. When I'm in conversation with people, when I'm in conversation with my friends, with anyone I interact with, I'm going to listen to myself. Yeah, a lot of people that watch me are also readers. I'm going to ask myself, how does my am I complaining a lot? Am I saying positive things, negative things? Am I talking about myself too much and not asking people about themselves? What are you doing right now? Are you trying to get attention? What is my motivation in saying and doing all the things I'm saying and doing? Is it to help people? Because if it's not to help someone else, you might want to check that. Because right now, the cream is rising to the top. There's a big separation happening, the victims and the victors. And a lot of people are checking that victim box that don't need to. They're checking the victim box just because they think it's going to make their life easier to be someone that needs help. Well, you know what? It doesn't make your life easier. Because most likely you didn't come here to be that person. You came here to do just the opposite. And so look at that, guys. Look at it clearly. And this is not to attack anyone who is a victim, because certainly we need to be helping people like that. But a lot of people, I know in my society, in the United States of America, a lot of people have learned to be dependent when they're not dependent, and they don't have to be, when they should be very independent. So that's just a little piece to that. Alyssa's question. What's the question, Alyssa? You have a question? What's your question, my dear? Hold on, Alyssa commented. I'm a reader myself. What does it mean? Oh, I didn't see your question. Sorry, I just saw I'm a reader myself. 10 of Cups clarified by Ace of Cups. To me, that would probably mean, that helped me some to look into. Yeah, to me, that would probably mean that you're on a path toward someone that is a life partner, like a true life partner, and there's a new beginning in love coming to lead to that. I mean, I can't say unless I was looking at it within the context of a whole reading, but just face value answer to your question, that's probably what it would mean to me. But it doesn't matter what it would mean to me, because as a reader, as a reader, it's really, you and I could look at the same cards, and to me, the message is totally different than it is for you, because intuitive reading is about the visual aids giving you a message through the heart and intuition, that it's going to be a totally different message based on what guides are helping me and who it's for. So generally speaking, I would say it sounds like a new beginning in love coming to assist you on the path toward this great love that's long-term. You guys have a great day. And I send you lots of love and lots of self-acceptance. Let's work on that self-acceptance. But also, along with the self-acceptance, understanding, self-awareness, asking yourself, am I being compassionate and kind in my conversations? Am I focusing on others or myself too much, etc. ad nauseum. Namaste, guys. The God within me sees and honors the God within you. Have a great day.